Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 3 of Justice Society of America. Now, as you know, this series came out in the mid-2000s and was meant to feature older members of the Justice Society training the newer generation. And the cover you've got is Hurricane basically posing off, and the story starts off where Hurricane's deciding on her code name, with basically Stargirl questioning each and every one of them, and when she asks should she be called Red Hurricane, she says, if you want to sound like a drink on a TGI Fridays menu. And so after some decisions, she decides to go for the name Hurricane, which she asks aren't that bad. And meanwhile, at the family reunion, we're back to where Nazis have been killing off members of Commander Steel's family, and Nat is kind of horrified at what's been going on, and pretty much just as one's about to kind of murder a little girl, Hawkman shows up to use his mace, and one of the speedsters tries to, go after the others. Hawkman uses his Nef metal weaponry to kind of stop her. One of them kills Nat's mother, which ends up with her being turned into steel, and him saying, "Mom, no, I'll kill you." And so he jokes that, he's been made of the same metal as Commander Steel, and his plan to turn him into metal, only for Nat to kind of quickly use his clutch inside his mouth, which ends up with him spitting it onto him, which later becomes his kind of new ability. And so Captain Nazi uses a statue to kind of crush Hawkman, and the other members mainly retreat and fall back as their job's now done. So police, medics and everything go and investigate the scenes and everything, and they don't know what to do with Nat now that he's been covered in metal. And he says, "I know a doctor who will." And so we're introduced to where Wildcat's talking with his son, and they do bring up the fact that Wildcat did have another son who was kind of killed by another villain, the son of Lilo Wasp. And even Wildcat's son points out that that's why he's never had any more kids, because he's afraid the same thing will happen. And does say that he doesn't hold it against him or anything, and he says, "Let me finish my beer first." And again, I don't think he's analysing him. I think he knows full well why he's afraid. And so we basically see Hawkman returning and putting that in kind of the medical bay. Just then, the second Sandman shows up to kind of confirm that he's had a nightmare, and even points out of what's been happening, that whoever's doing this has killed off the family members of Mr. America, only a small portion of Commander Steel's, and other members of the families have been killed, and soon basically the first Liberty Bell and plan to do the same for Stripe, which is Courtney's stepfather and Liberty Bell's mum. And so the team go off to kind of prevent any more casualties from happening. And so, just as everything seems alright, Captain Nazi shows up breaking through the door, White Dragon shows up with his giant dragon, and Dr. Midnight investigates the kind of conditions he's in. And just then, we do see Dr. Midnight and Mr. Terrific talking about who's been setting this up, which turns out it's Vandal Savage. And just as he goes against Wildcat's son and plans to kill him off to kind of end the bloodline, it ends with Wildcat's son turning out does have an ability, and which he can transform into a werecat, which isn't a bad idea. So I think issue 3 of Justice Society of America is actually not too bad. We are introduced to Wildcat's son having an ability. We do see some effects of a new Commander Steel, and the series deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still right. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.